Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to the third part of introductory sessions to Quranic Arabic recitation with Tajweed rules. What are Makharij? Makharij are basically articulation points. It's a plural of Makharij. Makharij is a singular articulation point. So the scholar of Tajweed have divided this into 5 sections. If you see the first one, see it here. So that's the first one. So make it red. Okay, that's one. Another one. There's another one. That's another one. And the empty space is, that's the 5 different sections. So if you see another diagram, that's more. That's like a more realistic one. So you see the tongue here, the nasal passage here, the lips are here, the throat, and the empty space in the throat, in the mouth. So we will be discussing that one by one. The first makhraj, as we said, is al-Jawf. Al-Jawf is the empty space in the mouth and the throat. So that's the empty space. This one and this one here, that's the empty space, not the sides of the mouth and the throat, but actually the empty space in the throat. That's the first makhraj, articulation point, is called al-Jawf. The second one is, okay, you can see that the first one here as well. You can see that here as well. This is the first, the empty space. Similarly here, different representation, just in case someone struggled to understand this one, so I have done different representation. Okay, the second one is al-Halq, as the throat. That's the second articulation point, and it is actually this one, this part. So that's the second articulation point, you can see here as well. Okay, and we will discuss that in detail when we come to the letters of the Halq, the throat. Okay, the next one, the third one is al-Lisan, the tongue. The tongue, that is this one. You see here, we have, that's another articulation point, so we have letters of pronouns from there, and you can see in this diagram as well. That's the tongue. That's the third articulation point. The fourth one is al-Shafatan, the two lips. Two lips, that's the, you can see here. You can see here in this diagram, that's two lips, and similarly here, that's the fourth articulation point. And the fifth one is al-Khayshum. Al-Khayshum is the nasal passage, so that place here, that's the fifth articulation point. We will discuss each one in detail when we come to discussing the letters of those articulation points. There are 3 levels of articulation, reciting the Quran, 3 levels. The first one is called al-Tahqiq. That's when you recite Quran slowly with serenity. That's the best one. The second one is al-Hadar. That's very swift and very fast recitation of Quran. But you have to observe the Tajweed rules with all of them. But it's just the speed difference. So that is the first one. Tahriq is slow with serenity. The second one is al-Hadar, which is very fast, quick. The third one is called al-Tadbir. That is in between the Tahqiq and Hadar. So this is the medium speed. The first one is slow, and the second one is very fast, and the third one is medium. With all of them, you have to observe the Quran with its Tajweed rules. So we can do another classification of the Arabic letters depending on the 2 properties, which is, one is called tafkhim, that is heaviness, and the other one is called tarqiq, that is lightness. So we have a different letter. We have some letters which have only one property, that is either they are heavy, another one or light, and some few of them they have both, depending on the situation where they're used. So we will be discussing those in detail when we discussing individual letters. This is just a table. Just in addition to that is the basic difference in light and heavy letters is that when you pronounce light letters, normally your mouth remains flat, or like as if you start to smile. So that's to do with light letters. But with heavy, you don't have that. It's different. We will be discussing that in future. But another advice would be, whenever you learning tajweed, then you have to look at the teacher's mouth a lot and see how he moves different muscles. So you have to look at the mouth a lot. Okay, different tables. So there are two types of errors that we may commit during recitation of the Quran. That's why it's very important that we learn the tajweed rules to avoid both of them. The first one is called obvious and clear mistakes. That's lahnun jalli zahir. It's one of the example would be, for example, if you replace complete one letter with another one, so you completely say the wrong letter. And it can be detected by average reciter who knows just basic rules of tajweed, and it's dangerous as well. Most of the time it changes the meaning of the word. The second one is called obscured or hidden mistakes. Lahnun khafiyyun mustatir. It is normally detected by a professional reciter. Most of the time it's very difficult for average reciter to detect this one. Mostly it doesn't change the meaning of the letter of the word, but we actually deprive Quran recitation from its actual recitation. So it's very important that we try our best to avoid both of them. So this is the end of the third introductory session for Quranic Arabic recitation with Tajweed rules. From next one we will be discussing individual letters, inshallah. Until then, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.